Welcome back to my walkthrough for Resident Evil Remastered, my friends. This walkthrough is being played on hard difficulty, it's a no damage walkthrough, and as you can see I'm playing as Chris. In the previous section we cleared the residence and now we're going to head back towards the mansion. Lots of things to do there, but I'm going to clear out the mansion in this video. It's probably one of the hardest sections of the game, because we'll have to face a few new enemies, but we'll manage somehow.
This is Brad. If you can't answer me, somehow give me a sign.
Krista, Brad, can you hear me? Brad! Damn!
In Jill's walkthrough, she tries and contacts Brad a lot more. Chris just gives up. I guess he really doesn't care. So as we step out, there are going to be two dogs in the courtyard, and I'm going to try and shoot them both. A nice strategy to use is to lure both dogs towards the elevator right here. And when you step inside the elevator, there's actually an invisible wall that prevents enemies from attacking you while you're inside the elevator. And I actually missed a shot there because I shot the dog while inside the elevator. I should have stepped outside a little bit. So it's a pretty good method to dispose of these dogs if you stay inside the elevator and then just shoot them. I'm just going to shoot a snake which is standing right in front of me. There we go. That snake is incredibly hard to dodge, so I recommend that you shoot it just to be on the safe side. These snakes are incredibly poisonous, and even a small bite from them can poison you, and as such it's better to just avoid them and be extra cautious and shoot that one, because if you're poisoned you'll either have to go back and get a blue herb or you'll have to go look for one in the main mansion, and that won't be easy to find right now. I'm not going to take care of these dogs for now because they're really not standing in my way. When I head to the caves I'll probably dispose of them. And now look at this, a few shotgun shells and a dagger that good old Wesker left behind. He also left a note on the wall here. Once again, Wesker does the same thing for Chris that Barry does for Jill, even though he's a lot less generous with the things that he gives, but he still fixed the door for us, so I guess we can't really complain all that much. And we know it's not easy to fix a door in a mansion full of zombies and monsters. I mean, I know Barry could do it, but for Wesker it would be a little bit harder. Let's have our self-defense gun equipped. And now as this hunter steps in, we're just going to use our self-defense gun to dispose of him. As you can see, it was really easy. The self-defense gun kills a hunter with a single shot. And since I don't really plan on using it, I could have saved it for the tyrant battle, but it's really pointless, so might as well use it here now and not have to carry it around with me. As this hunter jumps down, we're going to use our shotgun just like this. Since he lands on the floor with his back turned to Chris, you can easily dispose of him with the shotgun, and that way you save a little bit of magnum bullets, because it can take up to 2 magnum shots to finish off the hunters. So I recommend that you dispose of the first one with the magnum and then use the shotgun to dispose of the one that jumps down. It's actually pretty easy. You can finish him off before he even has time to turn around. So I would use that method. So now we're going to start opening the doors with the helmet key that we obtained after defeating Plant 42. In this room you can obtain the map of the second floor, but we need the wood that's in the hallway next to the library, and then we need to use Chris's lighter to obtain the second floor map. It's actually kind of pointless because by now you won't have any problems guiding yourself through the mansion, and if you're having any problems you can just follow the path that I'm following and you shouldn't have any problems whatsoever. In this puzzle we need to drag this statue all the way across the room, and now we're going towards this side. As you can see, the walls, once they move forward, reveal this passageway, and all that we need to do is press the button and quickly turn around. And now what we're going to do is push this statue to the other side, and that stops the trap. Since this is our difficulty, there won't be a dagger over there, so we're just going to jump down, pick up the red book. Please don't forget to pick up the book because you'll need it and you don't want to come back here. Now we're going to press this switch and head down. For those of you once again with arachnophobia, there are 3 spiders in the floor below, so I just want to give you a heads up because I know one of you was scared in the previous segment when the spider appeared all of a sudden. There's a few shotgun shells to pick up here in this corner, so we're going to grab it. The spiders in this area are actually quite harmless. It's very easy to go around them, even though it looks like they're about to attack me. It's like they're kind of drunk because they just move around and you can easily evade them. As you saw, I had no problems doing that, so head into this room with confidence because aside from their acid attack when they're in the ceiling, you really don't have a lot to worry about. Pick up this dagger and prepare your shotgun. Let's start by blowing this guy's head, and I'll quickly turn around and the other guy is down as well. Don't worry because we won't have to come back to this area, so it doesn't matter if that guy turns into a crimson head or not. As we restore the power supply, we're going to go around back into the kitchen. In Jill's scenario, this is actually the first time that we would have walked into the kitchen, even though we could have used the sword key, but in a normal playthrough with Jill you wouldn't need to enter the kitchen up until this point. With Chris, however, we've already been here because we needed to come here to collect a small key, so that's why there are 2 zombies here, but you can just shoot one and ignore the other. Again, you won't be coming back into this area, so it's pointless to shoot the other zombie. And now as we go up the elevator, there's another zombie to the left side of the elevator and there's another one to the right side. To the right side there are a few herbs, but aside from that there's nothing of worth there. To the left side there's this door where we can collect the battery, which we will need, and we can also collect some ammunition. So a few shotgun shells and a few magnum rounds. Very much appreciated. And now don't forget to pick up the flash bomb in the floor as well. And before I go ahead and take care of the giant snake, Dion, I'm going to dispose of a few items because I need to collect the other book that we can only obtain after we dispose of Dion. So I'm going back to the safe room where we obtained the serum, and I'm going to dispose of a few items and then I'll go take care of the snake. This zombie's head always pops up. And now as you step here, be careful because there's a crimson head there. Shoot him once and then just point your shotgun up and wait for him to come close. Here he comes. And there we go. So really, that wasn't too hard at all. And we don't have to worry about this crimson head bothering us anymore. So like I said, I'm going to head down. And I'm going to the safe room and dispose of a few items. We'll explore the other room where we can obtain the yellow gemstone and the red gemstone after we defeat the snake. Right now it's pointless to go there because our item box is full. With Jill we wouldn't need to do this because she has 2 extra slots, but with Chris unfortunately it's a necessity. And now we're going to head upstairs and we're going to take care of the snake. To be fair, there's no reason for us to kill it in Chris's campaign because, well, the snake aside, yes, it did bite Richard, but it didn't kill him. So we're just going to kill it because it's mandatory, because there's an object that we can only obtain after killing the snake, the book. So we have no choice. If there was a way, I would just pick up the book and leave the snake alive, since there's no real reason for me to seek vengeance against it in Chris's campaign. Well, to be honest, I did have my share of problems with it in my walkthrough for the original Resident Evil game, so I guess that's a good reason as any. Have your assault shotgun prepared? And here we go. So just as the snake is already stepping in, shoot it twice. And now we're going to climb down. We need about 6 shots of the assault shotgun, I believe, to finish it off. Now we're going to quickly shoot it again. 1, 2, and I could have shot it another time there, but I just wanted to be safe. And now the snake, usually it does this where it goes around. So we're just going to wait here once again and wait for the snake to come back around, and we're going to shoot it here. Be careful because it's ready to lunge at you, but as long as you're out of range, then it really isn't a big deal. And as you can see, that finishes off the snake. So even though Chris doesn't have the grenade launcher with the acid rounds, the fight is actually pretty simple nonetheless. So let's go pick up the book, the second last book, and now we can go back from where we came from. And really the mansion is pretty much cleared at this point. The snake is just going to stay there. I guess it doesn't melt like in the original Resident Evil game. I would say that Richard was avenged, but Richard isn't killed by the snake in Chris's campaign. Poor Richard gets killed by Neptune instead. So now we're going to obtain the gemstones. Let's start by turning off the light here, and we're going to push both things to each side. We're going to start by pushing this thing to this side, pick up the dagger right here, and now we're going to push the other object to the side as well. Wait for the eagle statue to lock, and now we quickly climb on top of this thing and pick up the yellow gemstone. There we go. Now we're going to jump to the floor, wait for the eagle to lock once again, and quickly move to the other side and pick up the red gemstone. There's a handgun clip or a handgun magazine in this room as well, but as you know, we don't need the handgun by now, so it's absolutely pointless to have it. And now we're going back down, and we are going to keep moving ahead. And we do need to move fast here because 2 hunters break through the window into this area, but don't bother fighting them because again you won't have to come back into this room. Turn around, and we are going to place the yellow gemstone on the tiger's eye. And this is very important because you need to do this in order to save Jill. If you don't obtain this modis at this segment of the game, then you won't be able to save Jill's life. So In this part there are actually a lot of crucial decisions to make, because Rebecca can also die in this segment if you're not fast enough. So if you do things right, you'll be saving 2 lives. And quite honestly, why wouldn't you save them, you know? They are your teammates. Okay, so let's see. I can easily pass this zombie. This zombie is actually a slowpoke. He really is. He just stays there for the most part, so you can easily pass by him, and it will take him a while to turn around and even manage to grab you. By the time he turns around, you're already out of the room. As you could see, there was that zombie who turned into a crimson head. I shot it on part 2 of my walkthrough, but since we don't need to pass by him, it's pointless if he turned into a crimson head or not, because he won't wake up. And now this is the last door that we need to use the helmet key on. There's this file here. There's an ink ribbon to the back of this room, but it doesn't really matter. We don't need any more ink ribbons by now. And as we step through here, there's going to be a zombie, which we can easily avoid. There's plenty of space. I contemplated the possibility of shooting it, but it's pointless, and I need to save up my shotgun shells by now. Plus, we won't be coming back into this room once again, so why kill the zombie, you know? Now we're quickly going to solve the puzzle of the box. Just place the red gemstone inside, and now we need to organize the pieces in order. So first let's rotate this one and place it right here. So that one's in order. And now let's rotate this one and place it here. There we go. Pick up the small piece, and as you can see, it fits perfectly here. There we go. One more piece, this one, just place it like this here. Maybe down a little bit more, there we go. And finally the last piece, if it should fit perfectly. There we go. And as a result, we get the emblem key. Okay, so let's get out of here. And we're going to go all the way around to the outside so that we can access the office where we need to use the emblem key. I don't recommend that you go through the other door. It might seem a little bit faster, but it's actually not, and there will be enemies standing in your way, so trust me and just stick with this route. It's faster and less dangerous. So let's just keep going. I tell you, these crows can't be infected. I mean, they don't do anything. I know that if you mess up the puzzle here, they'll attack you, but they just seem like friendly crows to me. And now let's use the emblem key, and here we go.
Rebecca! Is she upstairs?
Okay guys, so we don't have a lot of time, so let's quickly pick up everything that there is to pick up in this room. There's a few shotgun shells here. There's also the metal object and a flash grenade. And now we need to head back towards the library, you know, the room where we find the dog whistle and the botany book. And if we take too long, Rebecca will be killed by a hunter. So we need to reach the library before that happens. So let's move fast here. Have your shotgun prepared, because you do need to use it here. And I know that in the early parts of this segment I told you that if you hug the wall here you could evade this zombie. However, this zombie starts moving faster in this segment, so might as well just shoot it. Again, you won't have to pass through this hall again, so don't worry about killing it, and here we go.
Rebecca,
Chris!
you okay?
I didn't mean to get you worried.
We can't stay here any longer. We have to get to the others and find a way out of here. You with me?
Yes.
Then I'll go ahead. Until then, Rebecca, you're on your own. Stay cool and use your better judgment. Got it?
I can handle myself.
Good luck.
I didn't mean to get you worried.
So let me get this straight. We're leaving an unarmed Rebecca alone by herself. She doesn't seem to be carrying any weapons. I mean, otherwise I would imagine that she used them against the hunter. And Chris really thinks that the best idea is to leave her on her own. If I was Rebecca, I would say, screw you, Chris, I'm sticking with you. But, well, I guess Chris is a loner, just like Jill was, to be honest. So this is actually going to end this segment. My friends, in the next part we're going to explore the caves. We're getting closer to the end of Chris's campaign. Don't forget that at the end of Chris's campaign I will announce 3 more winners for the $20 gift card giveaway. So thank you so much for your support. Thank you for all the likes and comments. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you all later for the next part. Take care, my friends.